I'm down here on Essex Street and Grand Street in the Lower East Side. And this is like a few steps below Delancey. And this used to be like, all these stores here used to be like Jewish stores, but what I'm showing here is this store right here, because my mitzvah is tefillah, and since I was about 29 years old, this makes it about 43 years I've put tefillin on every day of my life, and I never missed one day. And in that time, I've only had a couple of days that I didn't put it on at the appropriate time, but I forget what happened. About 25 years ago, I had to leave early and then came back late, and then we had to come downtown and driving in a car down here, or I forget what. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like 20 minutes before dark, and I realized, I said, I didn't put my tefillin on today. And I left. I was over on the other side of town, and I ran over down Grand Street looking for people. I went into another Jewish store, and the guy didn't have tefillin with him. So I ran over here right before dark to Grand Street in Essex, and this store that I'm looking at now, which is out of business. I'll tell you a little more of the story. I ran in, I said, because they sell tefillin there, I wasn't going to buy tefillin. I said, could I use your tefillin? I said, I've never missed a day in 25 years at that time. I don't know what it was. He said, yes. So I put the tefillin on right here, the one that says CNK. I think it was just the store on the right. It's like a double store there. And I think it was just the second floor. I'm not sure. And I put the tefillin on. And about 6 years later, which is about 20 years ago, I had to buy mezuzot for my apartment, for all the doors. And I came back here, and I came into the store, and I said, where's the old man? Oh, the old man died. The old man died. And this was his son in the store. And I said, well, I have to buy mezuzot. And I said, it's a blessing. I said, well, let me buy the mezuzot, and he sold me mezuzot, and of course, surprisingly to him, I didn't ask the price. I said, well, whatever you say. I said, this comes as a blessing from your father, to your father, from your father, for my mitzvah. And now, so he sold me a good price. And the funny thing is, the reason I'm saying this about the mezuzot is because I'm getting mezuzot for people now uptown. And actually, there was another store down here that checked my tefillin that same day, or I left them there for a day. And here we are. I left there. It's 20 years later. And it's still a bracha for the man. Still a bracha for the old man who let me use his tefillin in the store to keep my perpetuation of my mitzvah on target and never miss a day in my life. And now every store down here is gone. You see what they have here: kickboxing, rabbit house, radiation oncology. All these things are gone down there. The community's changed. But I never forget. I never forget. That man sold in the store, and I'm making contact with that soul right now, here on Grand Street and Essex Street, right between Hester Street. And this will never be forgotten from me, just like I never forget anything. And when any mitzvah is done, there's an energy that's created there that never goes away. It never leaves. That's why I say be careful what you do and think, because it never leaves and it's never forgotten for eternity. That old man and then his son and all the mitzvahs that were performed there. And I was just down here now playing tennis against the wall. Playing tennis against the wall. And then while I was playing tennis, I looked and I saw the store. I saw everything about my mitzvah. 40-something years. It's beautiful.